Hello, I'm Bob. I've just finished a long summer's motorcycle trip in the western United States, and I'm back home in New Mexico. But the fun doesn't stop here because New Mexico is just a spectacular place to ride. It's fascinating with lots of history, a lot of empty, twisty, mountainous roads, and just hauntingly beautiful deserts. If you've only seen New Mexico from I-40, then you really haven't seen New Mexico. One of the rides I like to make is through northern New Mexico. I made a video of this ride early in fall. The leaves on the trees were changing, the air had a bit of coolness to it. At places there was a little snow along the side of the road. It was just one of those perfect days for taking a motorcycle ride. The road winds through several small New Mexico villages that really haven't changed much since their founding in the mid-1700s. The ride starts in Pualqui Pueblo, about 15 miles north of Santa Fe on US 84, and then quickly takes an exit off to Nambe Pueblo. Pueblo is the Spanish word for village, and these Indian villages were inhabited several hundred years before the Spanish came to New Mexico, which was in 1598. The Spanish were driven out of northern New Mexico by the Pueblo Revolt in 1680, but they came back, and by the early 1700s had reestablished their control over the area. Various governors granted land to families in Santa Fe, and these land grants led to the creation of several small towns. These small towns still exist today and really haven't changed very much in their size or their layout since their formation about 270 years ago. Condillo is a very small town with a population of about 50. The town was established in 1741. Here the road narrows to one lane, which was perfect in 1741, and it's still okay today because there really just isn't very much traffic on this road. Truchas was founded in 1754 and remained a remote mountain village for a couple hundred years after that. The road here was not paved until 1970. The town still operates under the original land grant bylaws, except for one modification which allows cars to drive on the streets. But livestock still have the priority, so you must yield to the cows when you come through Truchas. Truchas gained its fame when Robert Redford filmed the Milagro Beanfield War here. It's quite a movie. Really nice to see the town on the big screen. Las Trampas was settled in 1751 by 12 families from Santa Fe. The church was built in 1760 and is now a National Historic Landmark. Every few years, the families in the town turn out to recoat the exterior of the church and the wall around it with straw and mud. They've been doing this since the church was built. Dixon was settled in 1725 and was a part of the Embudo land grant, and the Embudo River runs through this area and is ideal for agriculture. They built irrigation canals here in Dixon, and they were some of the first built in New Mexico land grants. The town was originally named San Antonio de Embudo, but was renamed Dixon in 1900, named after a school teacher, Collins Dixon, that taught there in the late 1800s. The highway we're on continues on to Espanola, but I don't find this very interesting. I'd like to take a detour here and see some of the countryside. It's much nicer. It's a little slower, but well worth the time. from this point on, I continue on to Espanola and then to Milwaukee, where the ride started. This has been one of my favorite rides, and I'm very glad you could come along with me.